All right, so we have two new sneaker models for 2021 so far that I think deserve a head-to-head look. And actually, I got them in similar colorways, which is hilarious. But we have the Infinity React 2, and then we also have the Ultra Boost 21. So let's go ahead and just do a little deep dive and comparison between both of these models. What is going on, guys? Hopefully you guys are having a good day out there. If you guys are new to my channel, hit the subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified of when my videos are posted. If you guys want to buy either pairs of these sneakers, I will link them in the description, as well as their previous model, because that's also something to consider. Since these are the new flagships, the other versions are actually a little bit deep discounted, so worth taking a look at. But this video I thought would be a fun one to be able to compare both of these. There are some things that I really like about both models. There's a couple things I don't like about each of the models as well. So I wanted to give you guys a comparison between the adidas ULTRABOOST 21 versus the Infinity React 2s. I know it's called the React Infinity Flyknit 2, but it's too many words. Infinity React is what I'm calling these guys. Now, I will note that I've actually owned the predecessors to both of these models as well. So I've had the ULTRABOOST 19, the 20s, now the 21s. And on this corner, I've also had the Epic React, the Epic React 2, the Infinity React, and the Infinity React 2. So it's kind of been a fun evolution to get to this point right here to have these two go head to head. Price point is a little bit different on both of these shoes though. This is a flagship at $180 for the ULTRABOOST. These are only $160 for the Infinity React 2s. So just out the gate, the affordability of this one is a little bit better with that $20 savings. They're both very similar styles of running shoes, and they are primarily running shoes, but both of these can be worn from a casual perspective as well. And that's kind of the view that I'm giving you guys on these. So if you're looking for a performance review of both of these, this is not the channel, unfortunately. But from a casual, both of these are actually really good. These are both true to size. For those wondering, I went 9.5 and I'm usually 9.5 and both of them fit me just fine. So first of all, overviews of each shoes and then things to compare and things I like and dislike. Overview of the shoes, we have a Primeknit upper on the ULTRABOOST 21. This is a recycled Primeknit upper. So this is made with the Parley Ocean Plastics, and this is the Primeblue, as it says in the insole. It's actually a pretty nice stretch knit. It's reinforced in certain areas, and then it's also extra stretchy in others. You got flat laces on here, a lace cage right here, and a heel cut back here that are made in a plastic TPU. Very, very familiar to the original ULTRABOOST. It's kind of like a modified, updated version. And speaking of that, you have a giant Boost midsole with a huge butt on it, way bigger than the previous ones. As I mentioned in my review video, the craziest thing is it looks really big and massive, but when you put them on, it just feels good. It feels just like a natural shoe. I don't know what it is, but you don't feel like what it looks like, that you're stepping into a giant boat of Boost. It just molds to your foot quite well, and then it actually just feels really natural. At least on my feet, that's the way I would describe it. This also features a new technology from Adidas, the Adidas LEP, or little extra push, as I keep saying, which is what they joked on calling it, because it's supposed to help you give a little bit of spring as you're walking and give you a little bit more responsiveness to your ride, which I think is cool. Continental rubber on the bottom with a bunch of different panels, and all in all, this is a pretty tremendous shoe. Moving over to the Infinity React 2s, we do have a Flyknit upper. The tongue is actually detached this version. The previous version, it was attached similar to the ULTRABOOST 21, but this one is detached at the top and then attached from here down. And then for parts of the upper, it has almost a larger triangle pattern of the mesh, and over top of it, it has that fish wire mesh sort of stuff that is kind of rough to the touch. Similar to the ULTRABOOST, it does have different thicknesses and different stretchiness depending on where you are on the upper. It also features flat laces, but it has fly wire that comes up, which is basically strings that crisscross up and hold the laces in. It actually does a pretty good job like making these snug if you need them. You have a fused Nike swoosh down the side of the shoe on both sides, or at least a partial Nike swoosh. And then you do have that rubberized like plastic support here for the back heel collar around the shoe that gives the stability that you need right here on the back. It has a pull tab on the back, and then you get into that Infinity React midsole, which I really enjoyed from the first one. It was definitely a big change up from the Epic React. If you try the Epic React, you definitely want to try this one. In my opinion, it does a better job in the forefoot, much better cushioning there, but it's the exact same midsole as the Infinity React 1. It's not a revamped new version like what the ULTRABOOST 21 has from the previous version, the 20s, but this is the exact same midsole and outsole on the Infinity React 2. So if you didn't like the first one, you're probably not going to like the second one. The major updates are on the upper, and then that detached tongue, which is actually something that I really enjoyed. I like the fact that they have a detached tongue here because it gives me extra wiggle room, and all in all, that's just kind of a preference for myself. But that's a little bit about both of the shoes. Comparatively, some of the things that I prefer one over the other, I actually do like the Primeknit over the Flyknit. But more importantly, I like the fact that they're actually using recycled polyester for the ULTRABOOST 21. I think their goal is to go 100% recycled polyester by 2025 or something like that. If I could be wrong, but I like the fact that they're really bringing it out. It started out in the 19s that I saw here and there. 20s, they had a lot of recycled as well, and then 21s, even the flagships had that recycled upper. So more eco-friendly, but one of the other things I really dig is the fact that you don't really feel it. On feet, it doesn't feel like an eco-friendly polyester. It's stretchy where it needs to be, and it's quite stretchy, feels good. So that is a big plus. The Flyknit is nice and probably a little bit more breathable for some people just because they do have the open perforation in the toe box with the triangles and stuff, and it goes up through the sides of the shoe. And that's actually something that they changed up from the first version as well. One thing I like better on the Infinity Reacts is that toe box section right here across the big toe. It doesn't have as much of a seamless feel with the rough part around the toe. It's like double reinforced and then a little bit stretchier above the toe box. I don't love how it's like a little bit of both, but I understand why they did that. You don't feel that on the Infinity React that much, so that is kind of a plus here. So moving up a little bit, the attached tongue versus the detached tongue. I gotta be honest, I actually really do like the detached tongue. It's a personal preference. Some people are gonna like that more of a snug fit. Some people are gonna like that detached tongue. I personally just like it when it's detached at the top, attached at the bottom, because then it gives you the security that you need from this point down, but it gives you more style points and a little bit looser for somebody that has wider feet. This is nice because you have a little bit extra breathing room here. And when you wear them loose, it just looks cooler with the tongue out and loose, in my opinion. I know it's not the purpose of the shoe, so I can't knock it too much because it has the tongue attached here. And this one does feel really good when you have this on feet. And the other thing that's a plus, again, is the lockdown. Because the tongue is the way it is, the lockdown is so nice that there's actually really good stability on this Ultra Boost 20, even though it has just a ridiculous butt on it. For me, I don't know why, but the stability and it just feels good on feet where I don't feel like I'm going to topple over. So the battle of the midsoles, this is definitely a tough battle because I love Nike React. I also obviously love Adidas Boost technology. One is lighter than the other. The Nike React is much lighter than the Ultra Boost. One is softer and squishier on feet, and in my opinion, the Infinity React 2 is actually really good on feet. I like the forefoot feel on this. I like the heel strike of it. It's actually a really nice, comfortable midsole. Not different from the first one, but equally as comfortable. The Ultra Boost 21 takes the midsole and goes in a completely different direction, much bigger, but it's not as felt underneath. It doesn't have that soft squishy feel. However, it does have a nice springiness to the shoe, so I'd say more responsive. And also because it's not as soft and squishy, in my opinion, the stability of this Ultra Boost 21 is really good as well. So it depends on what you like. If you like that really soft squishy feel, which I do like, then this one, it might be a better option here. But if you want a little bit more stability and more reactivity, I think that this is a better way to go. So if you're looking for a lighter pair of sneakers, the Infinity React is definitely a lighter pair of sneakers than the Ultra Boost. This is much heavier. I want to say this one's closer to maybe 10 ounces. This one's probably closer to 13. A little bit heavier over here, so definitely worth noting. The overall heel-toe transition and feel on feet, though, I would actually give it to the Adidas Ultra Boost 21. It just feels more natural when I put it on feet. I like the overall rocking motion of the shoe. It doesn't feel exaggerated. Again, it just feels natural motion, something that I really like, which is really weird considering how big and high of a stack it is, but you put it on and you're like, oh, this is pleasant, like it feels good. The Infinity React, comparatively, when you try them side by side, because it's so soft and squishy, and it's so soft and squishy in certain areas that it felt a little bit more clunky to me, honestly, heel-toe transition-wise than the Ultra Boost. Now, part of that could be because of the new LEP system in the Ultra Boost. It's kind of like a rockerish sort of springback feel when you're stepping and walking in these, and it's definitely noticeable versus the Infinity React. It feels like there's just more structure to your stride than what you get in this shoe. Outsole traction seems okay on both of them. I'm not 100% on wet surfaces for either pair, so if you guys know, drop a comment in the comment section and let other people know. Both of them do feel pretty good though, but I do prefer the Ultra Boost outsole better. Just overall visibly, it looks awesome in my opinion. Speaking of visuals, my overall preference between both of these shoes, hands down, goes to the Ultra Boost 21. I think that this is just such a fun, sleek, updated version of the original Ultra Boost, and I just dig the overall design. I know it's really aggressive, but I like that futuristic sort of aggressive look. They took a lot of the elements from the original Ultra Boost. They just revamped it and made it a little bit more space age, and I dig it. I think that it looks really good, and I'm really excited to see other colorways come out in this shoe. The Infinity React 2, to be honest, when I saw the images of them, I was like, ugh, the upper was just like blah. It just didn't feel like it was going to be very impactful. Pleasantly surprised once I got them in hand though, on feet, like they felt good. The upper adjustments from the first one were really nice and welcome in my feet, but overall the aesthetics of the shoe, I'm just like, it's cool, it's like decent, but it's not like anything like the Ultra Boost 21 in my opinion. if you don't like a crazy aggressive design, then of course you might like this shoe better. So overall, I actually like both of these shoes quite a bit for 2021. The Infinity React definitely surprised me with such small minimal updates from the previous version. They were updates that I really liked. The collar is a lot more comfortable. I didn't mention that earlier, but the collar and the back tab is actually super comfortable as well in comparison to the first one. And then the detached tongue, I actually like and prefer that as well. So overall, I think that the adjustments they made on this was really good. However, the adjustments and the updates that they made on the ULTRABOOST 21 is far and away better, in my opinion, at least for my feet, than the ULTRABOOST 20. I love the aggressiveness of this shoe, and overall, it just feels really good on feet too. The previous version, the ULTRABOOST had like a toe up on the front part, but the back part was really flat, and you can definitely feel the curvature of this shoe when you step. Added in with the LEP, like it just has a perfect motion, and I think that they did a really good job designing this shoe. So those are them, man. If you guys want to buy either pair of these, check the link in the description. And again, if you guys want to buy either predecessor, in the description as well, I'll link them because usually they're on sale for like 80-90 bucks or so, depending on the colorways and whether or not there's a discount code. If you guys want to see any discount codes when they are available, I always post them to my website, Collective Kicks, as well as any new like deals that I find. Anyways, thank you guys for stopping by and watching. Hopefully you guys found this somewhat informative from a casual perspective. If you guys have a preference from a running perspective, always leave a comment as well. I always like to see those comments, obviously, because these are made for running. But this is just my opinion, so leave a comment and let me know your guys' thoughts. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like on the video. It's appreciated. And if you're new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and the bell while you're down there. But have a good one. We'll see you hopefully back for some more videos. All right? Peace, guys.